back here at the NRA National Firearms Museum in Fairfax, Virginia at NRA headquarters with Phil Schreier, the man with the plan right here. This guy is all over Sportsman Channel on Mondays now. Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern, it's NRA News Cam and Company with the Curator's Corner. And Monday night at 9 Eastern, it's NRA Guns and Gold. Phil, when do you take a break?
We don't take a break. That's just the, we own Monday nights now. It's becoming epic.
Awesome. And when you're not doing that, you're running around the country, say, like building a new satellite museum?
Building a satellite museum in Springfield, Missouri, the NRA National Sporting Arms Museum, which we hope will open up this coming summer.
Awesome. That's great. Columbia's a great town. That's so cool. So what do you have for us this week on the Curator's Corner? It's an interesting rifle you got there, Phil.
Well, John, I know that I've from time to time brought my favorite rifle on the show. And in fact, just a spoiler for next week, I'm bringing another one next week.
Nice.
That's the Winchester Model of 1895. But this is another Winchester Model of 1895. It's the other 95 from Winchester, but it's kind of little known, abused cousin, the Lee Straight-Pull U.S. Navy Winchester Model 1875. What I mean by straight pull is the beauty of this design by James Paris Lee. It's called the Lee Straight-Pull. Is this bolt action? Just comes straight back and goes straight forward and locks into place. Most bolt actions we're all familiar with. You lift the bolt handle and draw it back.
Yep.
And that's so that the locking lugs at the face of the bolt form a good seal to allow that huge amount of chamber pressure to push that projectile down the barrel without giving away at the breech. But this is called a straight pull because you literally just bring it back and up forward like that. This was a real innovation in U.S. military firearms design for a number of reasons. The first is obviously it's a bolt action. Now, we had a bolt action starting in 1892 with the Krag Jorgensen. That's our first bolt action that we have. It's also our first rifle to use smokeless powder. But this is a straight pull, which is an innovation, and it's in a caliber that nobody had ever heard of before, and that we've rarely gone to since, and that's in millimeters. This is the first time a U.S. military firearm was a caliber that was in millimeters, 6 millimeter.
So straight pull, millimeter, a lot of stuff going on with that rifle in the innovation department. So did this innovation catch on? It's not very familiar to me.
Well, the innovation as far as the caliber caught on.
Yeah, how about the straight pull?
Because the 6 millimeter is just a little bit bigger than 5.56, which is their standard .223 today. The straight pull, not so much. A lot of people, envision the bolt coming all the way back, and injuring the shooter, when in fact that was a very rare instance. But the 1905 and 1910 Ross rifles, Canadian rifles, they had a straight pull mechanism, and some of those did fail. But the 1895, another 95, Schreier also used a straight pull, and that worked perfectly well throughout the First World War for the Austrians. So this is a neat gun. That its claim to fame was that there were 15,000 of them made, and they were for the Navy and Marine Corps, and they saw a lot of use during the Spanish-American War and the insurrection in the Philippines, lasting up until 1903. You see a lot of neat photographs of naval boarding crews with Lee straight pulls, and there were a number of them on the USS Maine when she went down. And Bannerman's, the great surplus gun company, actually recovered the Lees off of the Maine and listed them in their catalog. So there's documentation.
Cool.
Now, the very, very high premiums amongst collectors.
Very cool. Very quickly, how can people get more information about the museum here?
You can visit us in Fairfax, Virginia, or visit us on the internet at nramuseum.com.
Phil, thank you for another great segment of the Curator's Corner. Every time I sit down with you, my friend, I learn something new. So thanks for being there for all of us, and we'll see you again next week.
We look forward to it.